Steve, a 4-1 win in the FA Youth Cup at Loftus Road. You must be delighted.
Yeah, I am. I always knew it was going to be a tough game at the start because they've only lost one game this season and they're a decent side. But I knew if we played well, it would take a good side to beat us.
And 4 great goals as well.
Yeah, we played some terrific football in and around the edge of the box, and that's where we're at our best, to be fair. And Emerson started it with a great free kick. And the lads did great. I was really pleased tonight.
All performances were strong all over the pitch, but the midfield in particular seemed to stand out.
Yeah, I mean we're a good side, good attacking players. That'll they made it hard for us at the start. To be fair, they had a couple of chances early doors through mistakes of ours, but there were some strong performances. I mean, Emerson Hyman's not really trained much the last 3 or 4 weeks, so to come on and last as long as he did was great, and he was well backed up by other players.
And George Williams, I know you don't like singling players out too much, but he caused them problems all night, didn't he?
Yeah, they couldn't deal with him. Simple as that. He's in a good vein of form. He's certainly really kicked on from last year. He was unfortunate at the end of the season to pick up a bad injury and not be involved in some big games really, and he came back and he really had the bit between his teeth pre-season. He's carried it on now, and it's gone on a long time, and I think he's made great strides, to be honest.
Did you have any concerns when they pulled it back to 2-1?
You're always concerned. I'd be a liar if I said I weren't. Even at 4-1, I want the whistle to go or somebody else to score. So this game, it can hurt you. Although, QPR didn't cause us many problems other than set pieces, they're a hard-working side and they know how they play, and, there seem to be a lot of fouls in and around the box. I was thinking, God, here comes another ball in the box. But we dealt with them well, and like I said, I'm delighted. It would certainly have ruined all our Christmases if we'd have gone out tonight, because you want to be competing in everything you're doing, really. And we don't make it about it's not all about winning with the academy, but it certainly is about competing. And the lads want to play in big games. They enjoyed big games last year, and they want to be in and around them again this year.
Because this is a competition you want to do well in, isn't it?
It's a competition that the boys are desperate to do well in, because they get 2 shots at it playing together. Some of them played last year, and it's a prestigious tournament. But it's different to Saturdays, because sometimes on a Saturday in youth football you can lose and think you've got another game next week. It's slightly more pure on a Saturday. Competitions like this, you make a mistake, you can be out, and that it can be over. So this is the one tournament that the boys, every single U team I've had, they all, they big it up because they want to do well together.
And good experience for them to be playing at a stadium in front of a crowd of, I think it was 580 there.
Listen, it's great that QPR have played on the stadium. Pitch was fantastic. It's all a learning curve. There's nothing like playing football on a main ground under lights. It's something about night games that I used to love as a player. And we talked about things like that and said, listen, these are the occasions. You've got to enjoy them. You've got to enjoy them. And the first 10 minutes were a little bit nervy, doing things a little bit quick, and then we started to enjoy the game. And once we settled into enjoying the game, then we showed that we can play.
Would you like a home tie in the next round?
Listen, I'm just delighted to be in the next round now, so we'll take what comes. I mean, I think there'll be a few sides out there tonight hoping we might slip up here, because it was a tough draw. It was as tough a draw as anybody had, and the fact that we're in the draw, I don't know when it is great. And as I said, we've got one game against Southampton next Wednesday, which will be a tough game. But if we can win that, then we've done well before Christmas, and some of the boys will move up to the development squad soon. That has started to happen. And we don't have a big squad. We only have 15 outfield players in our scholars. So like Elijah being a schoolboy tonight's played and done great. So they'll have to come to the party after Christmas, and we'll see how we do.